operator error, but I am back and I have my molds ready with my gingerbread. So I just wanted to show you, I am going to use my kitchen spritzer, which I have olive oil in here. And I am just going to coat the molds. And I'm going to use my brush. I'm going to spread around the olive oil. I'm going to make sure and get all those little crevices. Because you want to make sure that you can take your gingerbread out and it's going to have the detail on it. So you just want to make sure you get all of that really good and oiled. And I made the gingerbread and then I had to chill it in the fridge for half an hour. So it's all ready. We're going to take some scoops of, I'm going to use my scoop, and we're going to put it out in the individual spots, and then I'm going to use my baker's roller to smooth it out a little bit. And you want to make sure, like I said, you get all the oil in here in the little grooves that we can. Yeah, I think we got it pretty good. All right, so I'm going to open up this one and get my scoop out. Okay, so it says to use 3 scoops for the roof. So yesterday when I made this, it was not, I couldn't even scoop it. It fell apart. It was too dry. I had way too much flour. So this is much easier to work with, and I knew right away it wasn't gonna work. So I threw it out and I said, I'm going to do it tomorrow. So I started today. Sometimes you just have to know when your limit is and stop and start over. That's kind of what I did. So I'm just using this scoop. I'm gonna put in 3 in here. We also need 3 in the front and the back. So let's see. So the front and the back. This is the back. That's about 1. And you can always take whatever excess you have in one and put it over in the other if you're a little short on one. Although, you know, your scoop should pretty much make it pretty even. Oh, sometimes they get stuck in there because this is such a gooey dough. But I like working with it. This recipe was one that I found, and last year I made 6 houses. This year I'm just doing 1. We're not going to do a big old decorating thing. All right, so I think I need 2.5 scoops for the wall pieces. So let's see. There's 2. And I'm not going to have that much left over, which is nice. I do have a couple of other molds that I could add in some like candy canes and different things, but typically I don't really need those. We didn't use them last year on the houses. We used candy and icing and all that good stuff. So you can see where I'm having to push this in, and then you just want to fill it up as best as you can because you want good solid pieces because you're going to have to glue these together with royal icing. So, and you need a good icing. You want to make sure that your icing is thick and sticky because you need it to act as a glue, and that's exactly what it does. It glues together the houses. And I found if I have an easy accent decorator which pushes the frosting right through, which is really nice. I used that for the houses last year to glue them together, and I found I had more control, the best control. So that worked out really well. Whoops. I'm pulling it right up off the roller out of the thing. Let me see if I can get it to work this way. There we go. I needed the little end, which this is nice because when I make pizza, I always use this baker's roller. I use my bar pan and it has a lip on it. So I have an edge that I have to roll the dough up against. So this really works really nice to roll that dough right up against the edge of the pan. So here we are. I'm gonna push in any little bit. Now this one. And I like the consistency of the dough because as you can see, I can just kind of place it where I want it to be. And you can mold it into the molds and put it where you need it to be. Now last year we kind of had a system going as we had 6 of them and in and out of you have to let it cool in the mold before you take it out. And then you've got to have the dough in the fridge for 30 minutes. So, I mean, we had a process going. And then we took one day and we just glued them all together. Now my oven is ready and I am almost ready as well. This one looks like we might need a little bit more. And I have some left over and there you go. I'm pressing it down. Pushing it right into the corners. So what's everybody doing? Have you ever made a gingerbread house? One of my fondest memories is, as a little girl, and I tell this story often because it just brings my heart lots of joy. My great-grandmother used to, she used to work as a cook for some people in the town that she lived in. And she was a wonderful cook. I mean, her house always smelled amazing. So every year she made a beautiful gingerbread house and it was always up at my grandmother's house. So every year I would be tempted by it. And of course, you know, we couldn't touch it or eat it or have anything from it until after Christmas. So, you know, as a little girl, I would walk by that table and don't you know, I would bump it and hope that something would fall off. And Grandma, look what fell off. Can I eat it? You know, grandmas always let you do. That's what grandmas do. So, of course, I got some, you know, ahead of time, but I always thought it was the neatest thing, and she made the most beautiful gingerbread houses. So, I am hoping my granddaughter is 2, and I have another granddaughter who was born in August, so I'm going to make some traditions and start some traditions like that in our family towards the holiday season, just so they can have some fond memories of being in the kitchen with me. I look forward to baking with them and making pizza dough. And my granddaughter, that's 2, she's almost to the point where I'm going to start doing some videos with her. Her and I are going to do some pizza dough, and I'm going to let her play with it. Now, you can make a 2-ingredient pizza dough, which is just Greek yogurt and flour, so she can eat that raw. So, you know, that's what I'm going to be making for her. And then we can play around with it. She can use, you know, cookie cutters, and what a great activity for little ones if you're stuck inside and you need something to do with them. Make some dough. It's 2-ingredient pizza dough, and it literally has Greek yogurt and flour. And you mix it together, and then you let it sit. And I'm telling you, it's easy to work with. You can definitely, you will definitely enjoy. I had a hard time with pie crust, and I have a hard time making pizza crust. So let me tell you, it was so nice when I threw that together, and then I could start playing with it, and it was really the consistency it's supposed to be. Yay, win-win. Okay, so we're ready. So these are gonna go into the oven. We are going to bake them for 25 minutes, and then I'm going to take them out and let them cool for at least 12. That's kind of an odd number, right? It's usually 10, but it's gonna be 12. So in the oven they go, and thanks for watching.